Man, probably a fun fact on me is that I like to read. Like I like to read. That's a lost art nowadays. Oh, my great uncle is Jesse Owens. He won 4 gold medals in 1936.
I always want to leave people with this, man, to all the viewers and everybody out there, man. Make sure you guys finish your story. Make sure you guys finish your journey because somebody's going to need it.
Yeah. All you got to do is push the back button. That's all you got to do. Push the back signal.
Try not to think about the future too much so you can maximize the now.
Who's your favorite rap artist?
Man, to be honest, it's crazy. Tupac always been my number one, right? Like he got me through so much stuff, but Lil Wayne has been in the modern day.
I said, what does it really take? What does it really take to be great, Drew? And he looked at me and he was like, you really want to know? And he was like, to be honest, everything you did to get here, you need to be consistent times 10.
What's up, everybody out there doing the day? It's your boy, Coach Lee, back at it like we're mad at it out here in the world famous STWF studios in Arlington, Texas, Ag Town for those that want to get gangster with it.
I like that, man. But hey, we don't want to scare everybody off with that gangster, man. You know, we come in peace. You know, we call the police on you and we pay our taxes. But yeah, this your dude, Uncle Leroy. Don't say the Leroy without the junior. And, you know, I'm co-hosting it today, man. It feels good. You're back in the studio. I haven't seen you in a long time.
Yeah, man. I had to come back off the moon, man.
Thank you. You know, welcome to the world of fast internet, man. Because it was very embarrassing having our stream lag, man, like the last time. So, you know, it's good seeing you back. So,
no doubt.
But hey, as always, before we get this show started, man, we got to reach all the way up to the home of the Boston Baked Bean and get our guy too, man. What's up?
Hey, yo, man, we gangsters out here. Don't run though. Hope y'all enjoy the show tonight, man, and hope y'all enjoy y'all Taco Tuesday. I'm about to give y'all some flavor.
Man, hot sauce. And talking about hot sauce, man, you know what? Like, shout out to my baby Tasha, man. You know, I was trying to eat some tacos. You know, I'm like, hey, you know, eat some tacos. So we didn't have real taco meat. You know what I'm saying? Like, because, you know, in Dallas, you know, in Texas, you got to have, you know, you can't have ground meat tacos anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, who does that? So you were like, well, we're going to have ground beef. Let's just do Sloppy Joe's. So today is not Taco Tuesday. It is Sloppy Joe Tuesday for me.
With hot sauce?
Hey, with Frank sauce, with hot sauce. You're absolutely right, man. But you know, before we get the show started, man, you know, this you know, about to be how was your day? You know, how was your day too? I'm sorry, actually, I'm just so, you know, I haven't seen this guy in so long. But how was your day? How was your Tuesday?
Productive day. Got a lot of things done at the work office today. Actually came here 20 minutes before we went on the air. You know, so I'm kind of going back into work. So technically working all day. It's a good day.
Man, that was boring. You know, like that's like when people actually, hey, how's it going? Some people really don't want to know how's your day going. And that was that moment. But hey, you know what? This is our time. You know, we got to definitely, this is our check-in moment, man. You know, let's see who tapped in with us. You know, all our shows are interactive. So we want to know what city, what borough, as my guy too said. You know, we want to know who in here. So, so drop y'all city in the chat for us, man. You know what I'm saying? Drop y'all city in the chat. We already see it blowing up right now. We got a 617 in the building.
617, baby. You know.
Hey, I see so I seen that. I seen we had New Orleans in the building. You know what I'm saying? I see it up bumping, beating 617. And Uptown. Okay, look. Like that, you didn't let it know where the set is. You heard me? So we got Dallas, Texas in this thing. Too, man. Hey, I got some stories out there in Washington, D.C., man, and they all start with me freezing my can off. It's cold as hell out there. But appreciate you tapped in with us, partner. So man, we from the north, the south, the east to the west. All right. Make me think we got some pretty good shows, but we got some great fans. So before we get the show started, definitely gotta let y'all know all our shows, everything we do is interactive because guess what? We're powered by the fans. So if y'all got a topic, y'all want to us to talk about it, discuss it on the air, just type it up, hit enter, or was it just send if you're on your phone? But if y'all got a topic, definitely post it in the chat. We gonna put it on air. If y'all got a comment, post it on chat. We gonna say it on air. We gonna respond. But don't get upset if we respond and you don't like it, because that's what we do. But man, so what's happened today, man? So you know what, like out here in Dallas, we had rain. So
man, it was much needed.
You sound like it was much needed, man.
Much needed.
It was like, yeah, because that was definitely something that we haven't seen in years, like feels like. So
it's been a drought all over this way too. It's been a drought over this way too.
That's kind of scary.
It's been a drought all over. It's been a drought over here up north too. We got a little bit of rain today, not much, depending on where you was at, but it's been a drought for the most part in the summer.
Don't get me started on my global warming rant. You know what I'm saying? Because shout out to my daughter. She just had a birthday, and she's out there in New York. And I didn't know it gets in the 90s out there in New York, man.
Gotta be cold all the time.
Hell yeah! I was like, wait, where are you at? Like, I just definitely did not have any idea that it got that hot in New York.
Yeah, that's number concrete.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. But so today's Tuesday, and this is the Sports Chatter Show, and this is the show where we talk about all the trending topics that was talked about in our Facebook group, Sports Talk with Friends. And shout out to Bumpy, man, because you've been making our show like for the past 2 weeks, man. Like, so you're gonna see your post up here. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna talk about it. So glad you're gonna be in the audience to defend yourself.
He was just going live. He was just going live before we went live. So if you got time afterwards, catch him on live. He was on.
He already in mid-season form.
Yes, yeah, and I like it. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
I like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, keep that up.
Definitely.
Hey, even the fans like it. You know what I'm saying? Like, how can you not like that? Keep that up. So, what we got up today, man? We got some good topics.
We do got some good topics, but before we get started, it's just like the story that won't go away or the story that keeps giving.
Oh,
so we got our main man here.
Hey, Boosie Boo, man, you heard me?
Hold on a second.
Shout out to Boosie.
How the hell this girl get 9 years for a weed pen? And the USA ain't doing nothing about it. You tell me that. If that was Taylor Swift, it'll be a peace treaty right now. It'll be a slight. They'll be drafting to go to war for a weed pen. 9 years. What that show for black women in the United States? And the vice president, as a black woman, you supposed to be on the front line. You supposed to be on the front line to get that black woman out of jail. 9 damn years. Y'all fucked up in this world. How the hell this girl get?
So, oh man, try to stay in character, but sometimes y'all bring it out of us, man. Will, I agree with you. Booster sound dumb as usual.
Wait, hold on, no, man. Hey, I'm gonna tell you 2 things that are good about the Boosie snacks and
yeah, his snacks do hard.
Hey, that is true, and the ratchet stuff that sometimes he say out his mouth, and I'm just saying. So, but shout out to Boosie because he looked like he's on his last leg, like it was 2-3 hours ago. You know what I'm saying? You looking like, bro, how you still here?
Hey, man, I hope not, man. Keep making that music, dog.
But man, Boosie ain't been the same since, yeah, man.
Lil Nas X put the curse on him.
Oh man, okay. But let's go through these chat sessions. We got Will. He's tapped in with us. He said, "Y'all better stop that man." Oh, okay. So we got. Going to the next comment, says Boosie sound dumb as hell as usual. So what about that sounds dumb? Is it the Taylor Swift part or
yeah, that part? I understand his frustration, but the Taylor Swift part, I think her ass be over there too. It be the same thing, man.
Absolutely.
Wait, I mean, all right. So let me tell you this. So quick, Wikipedia on Taylor Swift. So Taylor Allison Swift, born December 13, 1989, is an American songwriter. Stop right there. They have her an American songwriter. So I mean, that's one thing, you know, she's America.
What's the value in that?
Hey, they go get her, man. She's American. She's the spitting image of what Americans want and what they look like.
Nah, it be the same thing, man.
Okay, hold on. We got Flint, Michigan in the building, man.
Oh, Flint, shout out to Flint, Michigan, baby.
Hey, appreciate you tapping in. We got Mickey Jordan. All right. So I appreciate you tapped in. So I mean, she's an American songwriter, and she looked like she's won American Idol, American everything, man. I mean, so all right, so we got it. So Anthony Price said, he said, Boosie eyes red. I can't listen to him.
He loaded.
Hold up, man. In Boosie's defense, he might have sickle cell.
Nah, Boosie loaded. they red and glassy.
Good morning. Good morning to you.
But all right, so you know, just carrying along. So she's an American songwriter. Discography spans multiple genres, and her narrative songwriting, often inspired by her personal life, has received critical praise and widespread media coverage.
She still have her ass over there. I stand on it. Well, first of all, she's not gonna be over there with
female doesn't matter if you're a songwriter or a basketball player. What we have learned in all this is that being a female, you have fans, and fans can't even help this situation right now. There's plenty of people that, even if they wasn't a fan of Brittney Griner, jump toward the fence, and it's still not helping. Taylor Swift has the fans, and it still won't work. So I agree with Coach.
I mean, so I had to agree. And Boosie, you know, he tripping because he's comparing apples to oranges because, you know, Taylor Swift is known for her little hoochieism. You know what I'm saying? So she's not a lesbian. You know what I'm saying? And that's a big thing between her and Brittney Griner. So, you know, and that's banned out there in Russia, you know, so that's looked down upon out there in Russia. So I don't know. But, you know, I don't think, you know, just because of that one caveat, you know, he's going to, you know, she's going to get different treatment. So I don't know.
Bumpy says, Boosie basically said, if you get her back, every black woman will vote for you. That is true.
Wait, huh?
If you get her back, every black woman will vote for you. That's
you know,
true.
I don't believe that.
Oh, it happens.
How?
That's why we got Sleepy Joe now. Shout out to President Joe Biden, man.
Hey.
I still respect the office regardless.
Okay, that's your disclaimer right there?
That's my disclaimer right there.
All right.
Don't send the feds for me.
They're going to come knocking. So, all right, so that's a good point. So, you know what he says. So basically saying if you get her back, every black woman will vote for her. Yep. So what do you think about that, too? Do you think that's a true statement?
What Mom said? No.
Yeah.
No, I disagree to the fullest extent.
What do you think they have to do to, what, I guess get the black vote or something?
You have
to the black vote.
We struggle to get people to go in and vote.
That's true.
now we
talking. I don't
talking.
think this situation is going to help at all. Not to be disrespectful, but that's the case, and that's rare.
Now, you have like that has some validity, and at the end of the day, you know, black women are already going to vote black because of what they got. What's her face? Kamala Harris in office, and guess what? Guess what most women think right now? That Kamala Harris is going to get in office because you know why? Smokey Joe, he may. You know, I don't know, but long story short,
it's all the three ring circus. No matter who's in there right now.
That is true. That is true. But you know, you don't want to get too political on this. But all right. So we got Will. He says the whole thing is about politics, and that's it, not the agendas everyone wants to attach to it.
That is true. It's straight politics. Under normal circumstances, she might have got 2, maybe 3 years, or she might have got just slap on the wrist. Don't do that. We don't know, but you definitely got to be aware of your surroundings. Tensions was high, traveling overseas, and everybody know Russian law. First of all, Russia don't like people of our color anyway. That's documented. So you got to be safe over there.
Yeah, we see what happened to Apollo Creed.
Throw the goddamn time.
Now, all right. So Joe Rogan, he came out and said some things, you know, recently. You know, he spoke on the whole Brittney Griner situation as well, talking about, you know, hey, how are we going to go and get her out and not get the people out that's here in America? So,
man, Will must be he on it tonight, man.
What did he say?
What's funny is Kamala Harris put more black men and women in prison for drugs than most people.
That is true.
The timing, the irony.
That is true.
Hey, but all black people gonna go vote. It's crazy, man.
I mean, because at the end of the day, it's all a gimmick. If you want to get black votes, all you gotta do is have a gimmick. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, my thing is like everyone's running to Brittney Griner's aid, but did she not do that purposely, intentionally? She's acting like she has privilege.
She's probably done it before, and they probably just let her through in the past.
That's what I'm saying. Like how was she going? She knew what she was doing. And now they're trying to say with all ththese different defenses, it was prescribed. How she has prescribed vape pens? I have never heard of that. You know what I'm saying? I've never heard that. You go to the doctor for what was it? For her long trips over there to Russia, that they said that that she needed these vape pens for sleep, and she had post-COVID issues. I was like, I've never heard of that before, but I don't know. But like I said, the long story short, she's definitely acting like someone who's privileged, and I feel that that's not right, and we need to focus on at home first. That's it. Sorry.
So in other words, it's like going to someone's house and not following the rules. Know the rules and their laws. Don't get caught up. Hey man, I watch too much Locked Up Abroad. I stand on that, man. People getting caught up in the system. Why even put your chances over there? Why? You should be over the. I'm thinking now. I'm planning for an international trip for next year, and I'm trying to think. I got to get my health together because I don't want to take no chance of traveling for something that may be contraband over there.
That is true. That is true. And, and I'm afraid to go international traveling because I feel I'm a jailbait. And I feel as soon as I get, we
can't blend in too well.
That's what I'm saying. I'm going to go to jail and no one's going to speak English. And I'm going to just be there stuck. So I am real cautious about traveling abroad.
Yeah, you have to be. You should never get that comfortable.
I agree. So, and once again, just going back to what he was saying, like, we need to focus because my whole thing on this Brittney Griner thing. So when we get her back, are the charges are they just going to go away?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, is she not going to be held to any type of penal, law in, here? Because did she not do that?
Yeah, she traveled from here to there with the vape pen on.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So it's like she did break the law. So what are we doing here? What are we, to Boosie's point, what are we showing not just black women in general? What are we showing people in general? Like,
hey, we're showing people what this is always is. This is America.
We could do whatever you want.
This is America. This is America. When every day is gonna be a story. Just hope it ain't you.
All right, so we got Jake. He says, "Don't take any kind of food, Coach Lee. They'll get you for that.
Will.
If you say you have it."
I remember we came back. We drove back from San Diego. Got crossed through Mexico a little bit, and that's what they ask you. You have any fruits or vegetables with you?
Oh wow. Wow. Hey, shit, you don't got to worry about me. I have no problem.
You got to go over there being straight and narrow, man.
I can understand that. So what we got here? All right. So Bumpy says, but 9 years. Come on.
That's kind of a political move. That's the only.
But everyone's saying that's political. So how do we not know that that's not? Well, I mean, they said she get a max of 10 years, so they gave her 9.5. I mean, so they gave her some leniency. Do we know what's their, how they sentence people?
I think they tried to use I forgot the other young lady's name. Try to use her as an example. She had like 7 grams or something like that, and she only got 18 months or something of the sorts. So that's kind of they tried to show that this white lady has this, the black lady got this. There's the injustice, but you got to remember at that time frame, it wasn't a revisit of the Cold War that we have. That's kind of what we in right now.
I agree, but where did this young lady get caught at with it?
In Russia.
Where at?
That part I don't know. I can't.
But
speak
we
on that.
do know that that Brittney Griner got caught trafficking.
That's true.
That's what I'm saying. Like, she got caught at the airport with this in her possession to go somewhere outside of Russia. So, I mean, what is that? That's smuggling. And if you're thinking of Russia, like what else has she smuggled across here? So that, like the threat of all of that. So, I mean, what do you think she should get? A slap on? I mean, she should go home and get 1 year. Shit, you don't get 1 year in
Nah.
in America.
Nah. Frank says, what if she got a prescriber here in the States?
Vape pens. Vape pens?
But that's in the States though.
But no, what I'm saying, who subscribed vape pens?
That part I don't know.
Listen, that's like I'm still trying to find a doctor that prescribed with the Botox and all like that. I remember that was a thing back in the day.
I've never actually seen a THC prescription before.
That's a vape pen.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
but it's considered as a concentrate.
That's a vape pen with that's hash oil.
Right.
Where are you going to get hash oil at from a pharmacy?
Well, I'm not going to say on here because I don't need nobody knocking on my door, but it is available.
Yeah, but it ain't available at CVS. So I thought she had oil, not pen, but she had vape pens and hash oil. She had pens that had hash oil residue in there.
Massachusetts is definitely, you can get it prescribed by a physician. In Massachusetts, you get where it's legal. Where it's legal.
Y'all ride mopeds out there on a daily, man. Get out of here.
We do our thing out here, man. It's the North.
Oklahoma as well.
What? You can buy vape pens.
Yeah.
All right, well, you got Google right here, so we definitely going to ask that.
Nah, but in all, we're used to, the blunt smoking, things of that nature. But it's like you said, it's weird to you to see and hear that people are being prescribed for vape pens and stuff because it's not the type of thing that you're gonna do with, or anybody's gonna do.
A smoker. The vape pen is easier for.
I have Aetna. Aetna is not about to approve a claim for me some goddamn vape pens or some hash oil. That's what I'm saying. Listen, y'all think I don't know that stuff is out there, but it's not at CVS.
If your physician says, "Hey, get this," and you can go to the medical garden shop. Yeah, you go.
Exactly. I mean, you have to have a certain.
You have to go if you want a medical card in Massachusetts. You have to go through what they call a screening. Plus, pay money in order to
get this timing up. But thank you, Will. What he said. Will says dispensaries got hash oil. Thank you. That's my point. That's my point. So who is this Facebook user? She felt she outsmarted them, but what did she think was going to happen when she got back? She was going to have her job because smoking is against the WNBA rules. And once again, I mean, at the end of the day, because we got to look at it, what was her whole role? What was her whole role in going out there? To go out there and play basketball? Because it was this whole thing of this narrative of women are not getting as much money as the NBA players.
Probably so, and that's
but that's what the narrative was. That's the narrative that she went out there to play Russian ball for this. But how about that was a cover up for her to smuggle? Oh. I guess that's far-fetched.
No, it's not far-fetched because the way your mind's thinking, you can think that. You can think that. And that's a good quality to have. That's a good quality to have, to think outside the box. This is why, another brilliant reason why I love being here with you guys, doing this show. Because it's outside the box stuff. You keep people wondering, like, perhaps we don't know.
Frank says she wasn't smuggling. How she wasn't smuggling? You know what? If you put, go to Kroger's? I don't know where you're from, but go to Kroger's, put a 40 ounce in your pocket and you walk out the store and see if they won't think you trying to steal. How she wasn't smuggling?
Well, in the terms of it, it is smuggling because she's bringing something illegal from one country to another.
And it was more than one-time compensation. That's all I'm saying. I grew up in the war against drugs. You know what I'm saying? If you had one route, okay, they might get, you know what I'm saying? But you got two? Oh, nah, play, you going down. You distribute. They ain't hear that, man.
Like Chris said, she picked the wrong time to do something like that. She got to be more careful.
Facts, and she got caught up. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, how are we supposed to feel sorry for her? And going back to what Joe Rogan said, you know what I'm saying? I got partners that, you know what I'm saying, for an ounce. You know what I'm saying? They got 3-time ruler. They down right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, but we focusing on bringing her back for something that's illegal here. That's illegal there. That's illegal everywhere. You know what I'm saying? So, like, what are we showing? Like, what are we showing them? Like, what are we showing? You know what I'm saying?
Rules don't apply
to privileged people, and that's what I'm saying. So what we got? What we got here? So Jake, he's lighting it up here. So He said she might have not thought she was smuggling, but she was in the eyes of the law. And once again, I always say ignorance of the law is not
an excuse.
Yeah. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So once he was supposed to feel sorry for her, shit. I could get punched in the face by the police and they ain't gonna feel sorry for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the hell? So we got here.
That's Ziggy.
All right, what's that, Ziggy partner? So as a man, there are some places I'm not about to try.
Russia's on that list.
Exactly.
Russia, China, North Korea.
Bro, do you know the balls on this chick to even think that she can do? Bro, I'm scared. Look, I would be scared to have clothes on over there in Russia. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would look, they would, yeah, bro. Like, you just got to think of the mindset of it, but like, because at the end of the day, that's a gutsy move.
Nah, she knew she had it.
Of course.
She knew she had it.
But like somebody said, how do you forget?
Where it came down to is
you want to check your luggage over and over again.
Right, it's the stardom. It's the stardom. We just seen a similar in the United States the other day with Iman Shumpert. Like, you thought since you have some stardom that you can go into an airport and traffic.
And that's what I'm saying. And that's what I don't want to be overshadowed with us, with our culture getting in our feelings behind this. Because at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, she was smuggling.
Right. I'm gonna be real.
And you know what? And what's really frustrating to me is because, you know, once again, you know, they said she shot with the narrative, oh, she's over there to play basketball. Because why? They're not making enough money in the WNBA.
Want those people who saying that or taking that side, won't they go to games, buy some gear and stuff?
Right, exactly. How, you know, but she thinking the best solution would be go to Russia. Now she's in there, you know what I'm saying? And she's smuggling, bro. Like, so if you want, I think she did it before. You got to convince she did.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
what I'm saying.
She's too comfortable with it.
Exactly.
Jake says the thing that pissed me off was when the WNBA personnel mentioned LeBron.
Bro, yeah,
it had nothing to do with it.
Same here. And that's once again furthering the narrative. And look, and this is what I be talking about, how, you know, when women say, oh, their rights and everything. Her wife got on TV and had a one-on-one interview, and once again started with the narrative of how, hey, these women aren't getting paid enough money. You know what I'm saying? So now you're smiting the face of the WNBA, of all, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was just, I didn't like that. So what we got? Anthony says, ain't no weed that good. Take your ass to Vegas.
She should have smoked the regular like everyone else.
Yeah. All right, so hold on, man. You know, we ain't put that next comment on here. So hold on, wait, let me see.
You look at that. I'm not a drug dealer or smuggler. I just love weed.
We didn't hear that, sir. Hey, man. So my guy Raymond, and shout out to Arguing Brothers podcast, man. Let's get his comment up here. He tapped in the building with us. Another Uptown New Orleans cast. So we got, in her defense, she probably has been. Wait, how did he say that's her defense? Listen, bro, I don't want you're not coming up for a witness for me. He said in her defense, she's probably been doing that for a while.
No, she's actually right. She's probably been doing it forever, but you got
to how is that her defense? Yeah. So now it sounds like that 9 years fitting for her.
And actually that 9.5.
If you get
because she been locked up for 5.
If you take these chances, if you take those chances and you end up getting caught, you gotta have to take that 9.5. You have to take that 9.5.
And you know, and look, and see, shout out to Z, because I know everyone has seen this video. It's streaming on you know, every social media platform. He said, I don't want to watch a bunch of studs, you know, balling sorry. But at the end of the day, but I'm just saying is how, you know, they had this video going around with all these studs, you know, they had a movement and it was crying and dancing on. I was like, man, what are we doing?
Oh, you saw that?
Bro, everyone's seeing this. I'm like,
it had the those spiritual in the background. I'm like, this is embarrassing. Why are we doing this?
Yes. You know what I'm saying? So what are we showing to this international community of how we look? You know what I'm saying? Like, this is very embarrassing. So what we got here? So man, these chats blowing up. Appreciate y'all tapped in.
No doubt.
So what we got? Where we're at on the chat. So Bump, he says, what I've noticed is that men are very vocal on the situation. I just see different. Oh, I mean, everyone's vocal because it's in our face. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's what we're speaking on. And, and you should know this, Bumpy. We always want everyone's perspective, but, just be able to defend your perspective. You know what I'm saying? Because, like Tu said, everyone, we're all great thinkers in here, so it's always about, just seeing, okay, hey, that might be something. But, sometimes, we might get a little outlandish. You got to shut us up. But, you got some good points. So we got Raymond here. He says it was just bad timing, and now she's a pawn in a game of the U.S. supporting Ukraine.
That's the part. I'm like, you just got to simply, no matter how you try to chop it up, you got to be more careful in that situation. And she wasn't careful. So for that, I hate that she's over there. It sucks, but she put herself in this situation.
Yeah. And I'm going to tell you what was really embarrassing. So today, there was reports of how Russia took DNA.
That can't be real, man.
Yes, that's real, bro. Like, yes, they took DNA samples to confirm her gender.
Yeah.
Yes.
To determine what penitentiary she's going to.
Yes, that is so disrespectful. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, what did you have her booked as? You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's Russia for you, man.
And so that's them, just really just
is it disrespectful? I had 9 days people say they were born with the gender they want to become. I hear people saying that. So is it out of context that they did that?
Yes. What did they book her in?
It's unprecedented.
Exactly.
We don't know who booked her in. We don't know.
Why did they book her in?
I mean, the whole political scheme. They probably would have put that
she doesn't have the women. She doesn't have the female parts. She look like she still have breasts.
No, she don't.
She does. She got a little chest. I mean, she got a little chest. You got no point there. You got a point there.
In researching her background, I did come across those pics. I'm like, wow, there's nothing there.
But I mean, so all right. So moving to the next comment, we got Will. He says, right. That's the two defense with the mopeds from last night's show.
Real talk. The truth.
That's last night, man. So Ray, he says bad timing. Bumpy, 9 years is never good enough. So I keep, everyone keeps saying about the 9 years not good enough. I keep questioning, why do they feel that was fitting for her? That's all I'm saying, because at the end of the day, your defense should make sure that the punishment matches the crime. So that's all I'm saying. So how could her defense team not, say, that's low, get her something lower than that? Because to me, that's something else is there.
I got the craziest theory.
And if why, and at the end of the day, we're saying that this is because Ukraine and everything, they just made a prisoner swap.
Yeah. So and that goes to Raymond here. They will make the swap, but it's a slippery slope of trading the Russian arms dealers. Shit could come back to hurt us.
But hey, hold on. In addition to the, and this is where, our office dropped the ball. We wanted a 2-for-1. So okay, well, Russia won.
Got to throw one more in for us.
Exactly. Like, come on, man.
So now we just swapping people back and forth.
Right. And now they want a Russian assassin who's not even in the US. He's in German prison.
Yeah.
So that is just crazy in itself right there.
And we got a WNBA player who made a bad mistake. And I think there's another gentleman over there that's been over there for like 2 or 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
He was accused of being a spy.
Yeah.
But we're trading both of them, who are essentially non-lethal,
right,
for an arms dealer and a murderer.
Exactly. And let's not forget that, Russia is trying to, they're being isolated from American, and all our allies. So these guys could be self-sufficient because, the word of law, Lord of war, he making his own money. So, it's just crazy. So we got Anthony says,
that's facts there.
What's Anthony saying?
It's not bad timing. It's an airport. They check for this. They have dogs.
Right.
Facts. I flew into Fort Lauderdale, blew my mind. I sat down, there was dogs everywhere.
Hey, I see.
And you better not move. Hey, and let them smell. No.
I know.
Go through your stuff.
Hey, I won't say, but I was in one of those. I met when I was like, oh, hey, I got my luggage like I told you last time. And I was like, I started moving real fast. I see those same dogs. They're also in Vegas. They're also in DFW.
Bummer says, I think she was wrong, but to make it seem like she's a horrible person, that's my issue. I don't think she deserves 100% sympathy, but we got to understand why they handle her like that.
And I feel like that's where, our government failed us, because we don't know we don't know the true story. You know what I'm saying? And and we know that Russia or any type of international place they're going to say you're a spy.
Here's the problem I have. When it all started, the whole negotiation thing came, it kind of asked for the public to try to stay out of it.
Mm-hmm.
And what happened like a week later, they was on the ESPYs, and they're making a big scene online. I mean, on the network about it.
Right.
We have too much bravado here.
Mm-hmm.
We need to learn how to be stealth. Everything should be out in the air.
Shout out to my guy Brandon, man. He was just talking about that. How everything we do is for market. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't do anything just cause anymore. Everything we got to do is for marketing purposes. And that was one of them. Russia said, hey, you know what? We don't want a media spectacle. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we made it out of. You know what I'm saying?
That takes away their ability to try to even have any type of narrative or upper hand to negotiate. Because now they know y'all got pressure of your citizens on your back to get her out. So what are you going to do now?
Mm-hmm.
Balls in your court.
Right. And there's, we're squirming. You know what I'm saying? Like, 'cause at the end of the day, we missed the mark. You know what I'm saying? That deal should have been done, but instead, he wanted to go ahead and get a 2-for-1, and we dropped the ball. So what we got here? So Raymond says, once the public stop talking about it, Russia will make the deal. Too much chatter about it.
That's true.
Yeah, I agree with you on that.
Why we acting? Being real. How do we know how long it's gonna take? It could take years. She can do some of this, and potentially, she could do most of it. Like, you don't know. Like, it's really scary situation right now, because why, guys? Because it's not him. It's not him.
But going back to that earlier statement about how, if they get her out, all the black women, will vote for him. This is what's wrong with identity politics. You need to sit down, not because what you're supposed to do or what you're expected to do. Sometimes, like for me, I never vote straight ticket. Some people might think it's an asshole, some people not. But I just go with a blind eye. I've always voted this way, so I'm just going to pick this. You can't do that. That's why we got situations like we got now.
I agree.
Absolutely. Just like people can't be saying free Brittney Griner and all this if that's not really what you feel. When for instance, I posted free BG, one of my favorite basketball players. I watched the game in the WNBA. I didn't say free BG because what she did was right. She was in a bad situation. You know what I'm saying? I think that's where it spins as well with people. No, it's real talk. Real talk. Because a lot of people say free BG and all this and that. And they ain't even talking about BG yesterday. They ain't there poster. They ain't talk about her. None of that. It's crazy how the world works nowadays. That situation that everybody had to be, I'm going to say, brainwashed into to even think about the situation.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
you can't get around it.
And it's disgusting. That's the disgusting part of all this. The disgusting part of all this. Now people want to go on Google and Google Brittney Griner and find out who she is and who. Honestly, I'm sick of hearing about it because there's nothing that we can do about it. There's no petition that could be going around.
In Russia's court.
Right. There's no petition that's going around for us to sign, for her to get out. There's none of that. It's like our guys. Like I said,
we can try, but Russia's going to slap it
like,
out of here.
Mm-hmm. We got people in jail.
All right. So we'll take our quick break. So let's see what Anthony has. All right.
That the one you was laughing at?
Yeah, that one and what you just took off of there. So, but yeah, Ziggy said, no, it's not. It's a shot at the morals of this country because over there, women don't have wives. LOL.
It's a crime over there.
Yeah, exactly. And he hit the nail on the head. And sir, you're definitely trying to get us taken off air. But he says it's like trading Hitler for LeBron. So, Will, he says the Russians knew that once this became a huge story, they could start asking for the shady characters to make this deal. Facts.
Yeah. They know who they're dealing with as far as this administration is concerned.
And once again, like I said, I believe that they been knew it. They got the KGB out there. You don't think they had any type of inclination of what she was doing? They just picked the right time to stop her. So what we got? Anthony says, in Russia in general, any sort of marijuana or for recreational or medical purposes is illegal and banned. Possession of up to 6 grams or 2 grams. Hash it is an administrative offense punishable by a fine or detention of 15 days. Man, where you getting that stuff from? So what we got here? Anthony Price says two top stories in America, Griner and Watson. Go figure. So on that, man, we're gonna take our first break and we're gonna be back with the Sports Chatter Show. Man, we've been going up, man. I appreciate y'all. The chat's been going crazy, man. So look, y'all keep these comments coming. Sit back. We gotta pay some bills. We be back with more of the Sports Chatter Show.
What's up, guys? It's your boy Griner checking in. This Friday I'm live with STWF Media, man. Little interview coming soon. Everybody, y'all tune in. Man. We got some big coming. Let's get it.
Not that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Man, we're going to move along to the second topic for the night. And tonight's a little bit more in.
Oh, they go out. Leave some technical difficulties. Get back to that in a second.
He's in OKC. Odin stays healthy. The answer wins the ring. Flash wins the MVP. Melo gets drafted by Detroit. MJ played in 2021. And LeBron played in the 80s or 90s. Which one y'all want to tackle first?
Uh-oh.
We apologize for the technical difficulties, guys. Few shoes couldn't hear you guys throughout the whole before you was doing the thing. Both guys were muted, but so this is what if? So
what if what? You hear us?
Oh, I can hear you now. I was for a second the viewers couldn't hear you guys. The sound dropped. So so we only caught the middle of Coach Lee's intake on the post.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay.
Clear.
What if D Rose never got injured? KD stayed with OKC. CP3 joined the Lakers. Odin stays healthy. The answer wins a ring. Flash wins MVP. Melo gets drafted by Detroit. MJ played in 2021. And LBJ played in the 80s and 90s. So which one y'all want to tackle first tonight?
I'll get that to y'all because it's football season. Man, don't y'all see that right there? It's back to football.
Back to football season, man. Games Thursday, but let's tackle what everybody would want in this current era. For Jordan to be playing today and all LeBron to be playing in the 80s, 90s, because it seems like they don't think LeBron can handle the 80s and the 90s mentality. And there's some people that feel MJ could come lace his boots in 2021.
You know what? LeBron could play in the 80s and 90s.
Bron could definitely play in the 80s and 90s.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Jordan ain't playing in this era.
Why you say that?
Jordan ain't playing in this era. No, I'm just talking physically right now at his age. If he was younger, yeah, of course he would. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna give LeBron the up on that. Come on, man, MJ. But those will be the two important, most important topics, most important situations. I can care less for anything above them. For those two to be sitting there, second to last and last, would be a debatable topic for me. And interesting to see if both things ever happen. That's my point.
So, I think the most intriguing one for me, they kind of go hand in hand. If D Rose had never got injured, and Odin stayed healthy. Because to me, I think their health robbed them of their maximized potential. Like the answer, he's still gonna be a great with and without a ring. CP3, yeah, I ain't a fan, so I'm gonna be biased towards him.
Yeah, you know how I feel about him.
He's going the Lakers, man. Woo! That's a hot one
He
too.
definitely got some hardware. I think if KD had stayed in OKC, they still had the same results. We had already seen that. Harden got moved first. So, yeah, we ain't going to visit that. D-Wade winning the MVP, he's almost right there with me with CP3, but I still respect his game. I think he's still going to be a great with or without MVP. Melo in Detroit, his best chance of winning the ring was in Denver.
Yeah, that's over.
But I think either MJ or LBJ, they could swap in each other's errors, and each would have played at a high level. Let's look at some of these comments what we got here tonight. Anthony Price says if Rose didn't get injured, Scott would have been limited with him. I think the Ziggy with Braun in the 80s. Yep. Definitely would did his thing. Anthony says MJ would score more in this era. That's facts. They had hand checking back then. Now everything is zones. He'd ate the zone up. No, you couldn't put your hands on him, so it's going to be hard to stay in front of him. And I would agree. Same with Grant Hill and Penny. I think Penny more so. Grant still had a pretty good career for the most part, but Penny got robbed early. And Penny was, they put him up there with Magic as far as his impact on the game.
Can we say Penny Hardaway became Baker Mayfield?
Wow. That kind of hurt, man.
Can you say this? More commercials than wins? I'm just saying.
Yeah.
He had a puppet.
Penny went hard.
Imagine if Baker Mayfield had a signature shoe. All the advertising he did.
But Penny went to the championship game, though. Baker ain't did nothing.
That is true. That is true.
Hey, there was another one that should have been up here. If the Utah Jazz would have won any one of those championships against the Bulls, you know what I'm saying? That would have been an interesting one. Would have Karl Malone and John Stockton would have been on the mountaintop, There's a lot of things that can jibber a jabber in there. Greg Oden being healthy, he definitely was robbed. Definitely the Portland way, of them getting stars or guys in the draft and they don't go to their full potential. The Rose one for me, the way the point guards all through the era were going, at some point we was going to see the demise of Derrick Rose. Sadly, it ended early in the injury. Dwayne Wade winning the MVP, I don't think nothing much of that. Flash was, a great player in his time, did a lot of things. Those championships carry a lot more than the MVP or two. Denver getting Carmelo. You mentioned, Coach, that Denver would have been his best chance to win a title. No. Should have drafted Melo over Darko Milicic, and Detroit was in title range already. That would have been scary to get a young, great guy coming off an NCAA championship to engrave with some veterans. I think that would have been great. And they were all defensive-minded. So for a guy in Carmelo who was never defensive-minded, he would have got taught early. He would have got taught those things early, and Detroit possibly could have ran off another championship or something.
Anthony said that Rodman, that the worm would have clotheslined LeBron, say he's too soft and crying about fouls.
That's hilarious right there.
Let's look at some of these comments from the actual post. AC says, AI stays about the same. He's recognized as pound for pound great either way. But my guy, top left corner in that Bulls jersey, he will be somewhere on a second ring. I think so too. Dude was explosive when he came into the league. But he played so vicious. Marquise, I have always been a little upset Carmelo didn't get drafted by Detroit. I think he would have been a much better player if he was on that defensive squad. Yeah, he would have no choice. So that's when they had Billups and Prince and Wallace.
Yes. Somebody.
Is that right?
Yep. Wallace, Tayshaun Prince, Rip, Chauncey Billups. They had a squad over there. Defensive-minded guys that just wanted to win and play basketball.
So this is a good question. Do y'all honestly think LeBron would have won more than one ring in that era?
Yeah, Larry Bird won more than one. Magic won more than one. Jordan won more than one. Yeah, LeBron would have won more than one. They praised Magic for being 6'9" and being able to pass the ball and not being able to shoot. At least LeBron during his career has, improved shooting the basketball. So I think he would have won probably one championship.
Especially if he had been drafted by his hometown team still. When they had Price and Daugherty, Harper. Marquis says, but Chris Paul to the Lakers is the one that we would have definitely got to see LeBron versus Kobe in the finals.
No. I don't. People got this misconstrued. When it was time for LeBron to get in that ready shape to get to the finals, he didn't get there. You gotta remember, Kobe's older than LeBron James. So the way LeBron James was peaking, that finals should have happened. But the thing was, the Boston Celtics wouldn't allow it. And then hold on. And then the Dwight Howard said, LeBron, you're not getting to the finals against Kobe. Like,
I see where you're going with this.
Yeah, so for anybody saying that no. The thing about the Lakers Chris Paul situation, and I'm a Lakers fan, and I was very mad at it, was the fact that just having that backcourt, when you can look at your team and sit there and say, I have a tremendous backcourt, it's stellar. You would have Kobe Bryant and CP playing together, it'd be crazy. It'd been epic. It'd been something dope to see. But in terms of LeBron versus Kobe, nah, because LeBron already ruined that a few times. And then by the time Kobe was old, LeBron got his team and was going places that we never thought he would go.
I don't think that would have worked.
Kobe and Chris Paul?
Yeah, I don't think that would have worked.
Yeah, it would have worked.
Kobe and Shaq didn't work.
What you mean Kobe and Shaq didn't work? They got 3 titles. It didn't work.
Hey, there's a reason why Shaq left.
No. Yeah, there's a reason why Shaq left, because Shaq wanted the fame that he was still getting. He wanted to go to Miami. He wanted to let people know that he could still do it by himself. And that was the reason why Shaq left.
And that sounds like Chris Paul.
Nah. Chris Paul and Kobe were jointed to do this. They were jointed to do this. And
we won't see that.
CP3 ain't Kyrie, and Kobe ain't no Durant. So it would have worked.
So the proposed trade would have been Paul to the Lakers, Odom, Louis Scola, Goran Dragic, and another shooting guard would have went to the Hornets, and Paul Gasol would have went to the Rockets. So you still think they would have won something with that squad?
They would have won something with those squads. You have 2 guys on the basketball court with IQs like that. We're not even talking about skill. We're talking about IQ. A lot of players got these teams that have skilled players, but when it comes down to it, do they have the IQ? And that's the problem with a lot of these teams that you may think is going to win championships and they don't end up winning. Or players that you think will probably win a title and don't win one. And then when they don't win one, then we hit reality. Wow, they don't have the IQ, and that's the problem. It's not the skill, IQ.
All right, that makes sense. That's about the first same thing you said this whole night, man.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
That's cold-blooded, bro.
Hey, I had to mess with him. I've been quiet for a while.
Y'all ready for your next break for tonight?
Yeah.
We'll be back in about 15, 20. Hold on to your butts. We're going to cross the finish line here shortly.
What's up, world? Kyrie Robinson, man. New Orleans Saints veteran. Hey, man, make sure you guys go check out my guy, man, STWF, the media, man. Check them guys out. Y'all want to get sports talk, sports talks with players, with fans, anything like that, man, go check them guys out, man. That's the place to be if you want to talk sports. Who That Nation?
Yes, sir. Back. Way back in it like we like to do it. Come across the home stretch for the night. Man, it's almost feel like this turned into the basketball show, man, because the next subject is watered down competition.
Uh-oh.
And as you can see, my man Skip up there with Unc. And Shannon asked, let me ask you a question. What guy did Michael Jordan go against that's Durant's equivalent? Skip said Karl Malone. Do you see Karl Malone and KD in the same atmosphere?
Yes. There was a reason why they called Karl Malone the mailman.
He don't deliver on Sundays, though.
Hey, they don't play on Sundays either.
Two, what you thinking about that, man?
Man, stop disrespecting this man, Michael Jordan. He played against guys that weren't soft. That's the problem here. Braun played against a lot of soft guys that just catered to him. Though Michael Jordan did too back in the day. These guys were there to take the challenge. You know what I'm saying? And not saying I want to jump on Michael's back. And Michael wasn't saying I want to jump on your back. That's the difference here.
Well, you know, when LeBron came in, he had one move. He was just bigger than all the rest of the players. He was playing football on the basketball court. He would just drive to the to the goal and just do his thing. So I mean, you know, he really didn't have too many moves when he came in. He didn't have a 3-point shooter. He didn't have a good mid range. He just had size and driving ability.
You know, this whole thing where they try to say that that Jordan really didn't play against anybody. So just looking at, I just pulled up 1993, the All NBA team. You have Drazen Petrovic, who some still consider the greatest international player ever, even above Dirk. You got Elijah Wan, Charles Barkley, Karl Malone, Larry Johnson, and Mark Price. Those are first team players from that. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 4 Hall of Famers, not including Mike, that I just listed out.
Wow. It's a pretty good roster right there.
So the whole narrative that he didn't play anybody, you know, should be out the window.
I mean, you know, people are always going to say that. You know what I'm saying? They're always going to find a reason to debate.
You have to argue.
Yeah.
Here's my thing. You know, I would hear the young boys talking, the young men rather. Oh, y'all old heads, Michael Jordan this, Michael Jordan that. Guess what? That's going to be y'all in about 15 years. I remember growing up hearing my pops talking about, you know, Kareem, Dr. J, Darryl Dawkins, players like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, but as a youngster, I'm like, it's all by MJ. Whoa. Dominique Wilkins.
Yeah.
Bumpy's on the wrong wave already. Bumpy already got that 15 years already. You already started with LeBron.
Yeah, he did. But guess what? Because the game evolves. 15, 20 years from now, we're going to be talking about, this dude would have did this and that to LBJ.
That is true.
History repeats itself, gentlemen and ladies who are out there. History repeats itself.
So
and look at some of these comments.
Going to get another 9-year sentence in the WNBA?
Huh?
Somebody else going to get a 9-year sentence in the WNBA?
They going to learn their lesson.
Or is Ja Morant going to end up being on that list of what ifs? You know what I'm saying?
He plays like D Rose, man. He attacks the basket.
Shout out to that man, Ja Morant, though. Enjoying this summer. You know, shout out to that man. Hope this only progresses so much. Hell yeah.
You know, I think the disrespect that the Utah Jazz get from most people is unwarranted. That was those finals teams that had, those were some good ass teams, man.
They had some solid teams throughout the years. Like you talk about they had some solid teams. Even in the 2000s, they had solid teams. Solid nucleuses that can, take a team 5-6 games. Get to the second round, which is not enough at the end of the day if you want to get championships. But they had a real round thing, and then I feel like the incident with Russell Westbrook, that into the people to really know what not only the city of Utah, but the whole as a whole, was about. And then, you get that, and then you get now Rudy Gobert traded, Mitchell on the block, Danny Ainge going in there trying to get draft picks. You know what I'm saying? Like, Utah's really been exposed in the last few years for a franchise that you can say this team, that team, but that team in the regular season is going to be consistent. Someone in the playoffs, they're not going to get there, but they was going to be consistent.
Right.
For the majority of the season. Maybe. Karl Malone and John Stockton, man. And they say, they played Jordan. It's not. Hey, they had opportunities to get that man out of there. And they couldn't prevail. Like a lot of people couldn't when Jordan was able to hit that echelon and be the man. Struggles end up in great things to do. Michael Jordan ended up doing great things, but he struggled. Like a lot of great players started to struggle. You all can't be Magic Johnson winning your first year. You all can't be like that. But we want to pick apples to apples for the people who saying LeBron, Jordan. At the end of the day, social media, no social media, Mike just had a different alarm in his head.
Yeah.
It was a whole different alarm, what it was.
One of the most competitive athletes I've ever had an opportunity.
He wasn't the number one pick in the draft. He wasn't the number one player in college. He wasn't the number one player in high school. Guy literally got better every day to get to the top. And when he went to the top, he stayed there. No disrespect to LeBron. LeBron, that's great to be number one middle school player, number one high school player. No, that's history as in itself. Being the number one player in the draft, still keeping that plateau to be the best player, still one of the best players in the league today. That's great stature, but when you talk about MJ, that's growth right there. He took the spoon. LeBron Ben had the spoon.
Facts. That's a great point.
Definitely, Facebook user, congrats to Serena Williams on a career. She announced that she was retiring today.
Shout out to did she announce she was retiring, or she said she was announcing the proper ways to go into retirement? I think there's going to be some type of farewell tour for her. I can see that going on. No, things of that nature. Then she goes in the sunset. But when I was reading that this morning, I'm kind of like, Serena, don't play with me.
She said she's evolving away from the game that she loves and doing something that she wants to do or something like that. So yeah, you're absolutely right about it. She said she didn't want to call this an actual retirement. I was like, see, when you make money, you can just change the human language. I mean, you can just change the dictionary.
Right.
I'm looking at a little background on her. I didn't realize this. Her and her sister are minority owners with the Miami Dolphins.
Yes. How you didn't know that?
I didn't know that.
Yes.
Wow. Yes, I actually rode by when I was in California, I rode by the tennis court that yearly their father throws tennis camps. And it was a great sight to see, man. So shout out to the Williams sisters, shout out to Serena. If you want to call her to go to tennis, call her to go to tennis, and you won't get no backlash for it.
Nah.
Still a career.
Definitely to go to tennis. Will said that she wants those flowers while she can still smell them, and she wants all of them. Yeah, I can see her doing a farewell tour, and it's well deserved.
You want to? Never mind. We nigga what I was gonna say.
PG player, keep it.
Oh no, it was gonna be PG. It was gonna be PG. /.
But yeah, man, Tuesday night, like all good things, they have to come to an end.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
It's that time now?
You know what I think it is? I came in early. He's like, man, you look like you're tired. You know what?
Yes.
I got football fatigue.
Uh-oh.
I lack of football fatigue.
football fatigue, man. The nights are getting shorter. You know, it's getting dark a little earlier.
Right.
You know, you have football
Friday
field.
night football in Texas. Can't get any better than that.
It's getting crazy.
Saturday
The
afternoon
first Sunday
football.
will be in Dallas, Texas, everybody. So everybody know, baby, September 11th, first Sunday officially of football season will be in Dallas, Texas, home of the Dallas Cowboys. Catch us, baby. Get your popcorn, tailgate, popping all day as y'all will be. The rest of y'all miserable teams lose or win or whatever. But prime time.
They going 14-3.
Dallas
Yeah,
Jerry coming off the jet. Me and Jerry coming off the jet, baby. You know what I'm saying? So holla. Cowboy Nation, baby.
No need to ask him. Right, exactly. As a Cowboy going to the Super Bowl. You see how delusional he is. He's talking about him and Jerry getting off the jet together.
Oh, what you mean? Jerry sends me a package every year. My package is coming in a week and a half. Send me a package, shirt, hat. You know what I'm saying? Jerry, make sure I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? So, and Jerry, we trust, baby. So let's go, Cowboys, this year.
Who got shout outs first for tonight, man?
I guess you go. Yeah, but I say you called it.
Shout out to all. Shout out to everybody. Continue to bless us. We'll keep blessing you with great sports content, great laughter, and great conversation. Till tomorrow, I'll see y'all. And it's basketball night tomorrow, so be ready for some basketball topics. If we haven't went through everyone tonight.
Hey, man, they should do it on the Leroy. Don't say the Leroy without the junior. Kicking it in Arlington, Texas, STWF Studios, right up the street from the world-known Dallas Cowboys Stadium. You see, I threw that in there, world-known, you know. But, yeah, y'all definitely come check us out. You know, we got tours. We're open for business 7 days a week by appointments. Man, y'all can come walk in and hang out with us. So we got fantasy football coming up. Our draft day is September 3rd, and we got a lot of stuff going on. So definitely check out our group, Sports Talk with Friends. Y'all can look us up on all your podcast platforms, Apple Podcast, Spotify, everywhere, iHeart. So appreciate everyone that tapped in with us. Y'all really chatted up with us. We appreciate that. Y'all come hang out with us tomorrow on the Nothing But Basketball show. But until next time, this your dude, Uncle Leroy, with my guy, Coach Lee, and this guy that wore the same shirt yesterday. But till tomorrow. Wow.
I had a white tee on yesterday. Don't play me.